Let us start. If people are not asking any doubts, it probably means that you are not studying. Okay, your choice. Okay, so as we have observed, for the computer to realize, so what a BFS is, and if it finds a BFS, how to test whether it is a minimal BFS or a maximal BFS. That part is done. So suppose that we are minimizing a linear program, I mean a linear function. So we have one LPP. We have converted to SLPP, and then there is a vertex found, that is a BFS found. And the computer tests by finding C bar. And if it finds that it is minimal, then the work is done. But suppose that it sees that C bar contains some negative entries, some positive entries, then the test fails and it doesn't know what to do. So in that case, what to do? So today we shall discuss that. Okay. First, let me tell the following. The moment you have found a BFS, okay, and you have written, let me do it here. The moment you have found a BFS, so that's like a vertex, somewhere W. Originally what you had, you had like T is somewhere here, and original problem was to minimize C transpose X subject to Ax equal to B, X greater than equal to 0. That was the original problem. This feasible set you call T. Okay, no problem. That was the original problem. Now what happened at W naught? At W you computed the C bar. Okay. Now what is C bar transpose X? Now C bar transpose X, this is the relative cost vector. This is actually the difference between the cost, okay, of C transpose X minus C transpose W. See this C transpose W, W is a fixed vertex BFS, so this is a constant. Okay. So if I am minimizing C transpose X, that will be as good as minimizing C bar transpose X, because for each X, C transpose X and C bar transpose X only differ by this constant. So if you minimize this one, that is also good. Over what? Now over the same set. What is this set? Now this set is the set of all X that are entry wise greater than equal to 0, and they satisfy Ax equal to B. This is a physical set. Imagine in Rn you have some collection of points. Okay, so they are fixed. Nobody is changing them. That set is fixed. Now what I do, we know from our knowledge of Gaussian elimination that this set is equivalent to the top part I am writing as such, But the bottom part I can write. Suppose I have said W is a BFS and with a basis matrix B. Assume that is the basis matrix. And basis matrix is invertible. So let me write B inverse AX equal to B inverse B x greater than equal to 0. Now think of this. This is a new set of linear equations. But is this set of linear equation different from the, is the set of solutions? Is this different from the set of solutions of Ax equal to B? No. They are the same. Actually, whenever X satisfies Ax equal to B, by multiplying B inverse, it will satisfy this one. B inverse Ax equal to B inverse B. And if there is a X that satisfies B inverse Ax equal to B inverse B, then that will also satisfy Ax equal to B. X greater than equal to 0, X greater than equal to 0 is common. Okay. So now, because of W, that BFS, what I have got a revised new problem. And what I understand is that minimizing the first problem is the same as minimizing the last one. Okay. And this last problem we can denote, we can represent this last problem by a table very nicely. Okay, but let me tell a little bit more about this B inverse AX. If you take your basis to be, the basis to be x1, x2, xm, the first m vectors, then A, the matrix A will look like basis and then the other part of the matrix. And in that case, B inverse A will look like identity and B inverse C. So therefore, this third problem, this third problem, this will look like this one. Why I have written so? Now look, C transpose X is actually, this C transpose X is actually CB transpose XB plus CC transpose with a bar, okay, XC. But then CB transpose is always 0. That we already know. So automatically this much will remain, CC transpose XC, which is equal to this one. So that is I running from m plus 1 to n, Ci bar Xi. That is minimized over, it will come out to be this only. Okay. So that is our problem. Now this can be written very nicely in a table. Okay, so that is called the simplex table. How have I done it? Now what I do in order to write simplex table, what I do, now I will simply write the basic variable information, and then all the variables I write x1 to xm, and then xm plus 1 up to xn, and then the b bar information. Okay, I put a line. Then what I do, now I write that ordered basis in that order. Here right now, for example, x1 dot xm, I will write that. Next, what do I write over here? Now this is where I will write B inverse A. You multiply B inverse by A, whatever is this matrix, that will be written over here. Okay, and that will come out to be 1 0 0 0 1, like that kind of thing. And here what you write, here you write B inverse B, and okay, B inverse B will be written, it is a vector, this is a whole matrix. And then here you, this is unnecessary, but some people write it for minus f. Here what you write, here you write C bar transpose. Okay, so it will be like initial few entries, m entries will be 0, or rest of them as such. And here you write minus of fw. Okay, so that is your simplex table. What does it mean? Now it means the revised problem. What it is saying? Now it is saying you are about to minimize C bar transpose X subject to B inverse A X equal to B inverse B, which is written over here, X greater than equal to 0. This is giving the information about the revised problem. Okay, I will do some examples to tell you how to get this. Okay, apart from giving you the simple information about the revised problem, it can give you, it gives you, okay, it gives you much more geometrical information from which you can decide in what direction you should go in order to get a better BFS. That is, if you are minimizing in order to get a cheaper, a BFS with lesser value. Okay. Okay. Let me tell this thing. This one is very important. 10.01. This is going to be used. I will tell about this. So imagine you have been given this matrix A. This 17528439348. I have written something. That's okay. And then I allow you to do elementary row operations on A. Remember from your first semester days, wherever you learned the linear algebra, first semester or second semester, wherever you did it, that doing one elementary row operation on the matrix A is nothing but multiplying the matrix A from left by an invertible matrix called the elementary matrix. Okay, and you are doing a series of elementary row operations. That would mean multiplying from left in total by an invertible matrix. Okay, so assume that I have done a series of elementary row operations on A, and somehow I have obtained the matrix B. This is the matrix B that I have obtained, and I am showing only partial B, but I am telling somehow the fifth column of B is 1 0 0, second column of B is 0 1 0, and the sixth column of B is 0 0 1. And I am asking what invertible matrix I might have multiplied with A. Well, if you are asking that, then the answer would be the following. Five 7 1 284 660 inverse. Why? Now look, if I take 571 284 660 inverse and I multiply with that matrix 571 284 660. I multiply with that matrix. What do I get? Now I get 100 010 and 001. Okay, so if I have a matrix that takes 571 to 100 284 to 010 and 660 to 001, that must be the inverse of this matrix. That must be this inverse, and that is precisely what has happened when I converted A to B. The 571 column has been converted to 100 by multiplication with some invertible matrix, and the column 284 has been converted to 010, and the column 660 has been converted to 001. So I must have multiplied A with this matrix. It is an invertible matrix. Okay, remember this one. You can also, there is one more thing. Suppose I have given you a some problem to start with. For example, here I have given, let me say something. Okay. Suppose I have given this problem, this one, optimize 2x1 minus 3x2 such that 7x1 plus x2 less than equal to 20, 3x1 minus x2 greater than equal to 12, xi greater than equal to 0. I can write a table to represent this problem also. What is that? Now here also I will write similarly BV, but BV information, there is no vertex that I am standing at, so I will put a star over here. But I will simply, this is not in SLPP, I will write it in SLPP format. So I will, in that case, I will have 4 variables, x3, x4, okay, and the B information. Here, what is the matrix? Now this is 7x1 plus x2 plus x3, 0x4, that will be 20. And then the next one will be 3x1 minus x2 minus x4. So that will be minus x4 will be equal to 12. And then you can put line here if you want. Okay. So here what I write now, here I write the C information. C, that is 2 minus 3, 0, 0. I put a star over here and put a star over here. You can put minus F also, doesn't matter. So what does it say? Now from this table I see what am I supposed to do? Now I am supposed to minimize 2x1 minus 3x2 subject to, this is A, Ax equal to B, x greater than equal to 0. So this is called the problem table. Okay. This is problem table. So this is that problem table. Fine. Fine. Now that you have understood 10.1, okay, there are 2 ways of writing a simplex table given an ordered basis. One is you write the problem table, okay, write 0 below the constant column, that is here. You should write a 0 over here. This is the place. And then write the basic variables in order under the BV column. Okay, that you should be writing over here. Here only you write BV. And then now use elementary row operations. This is important. Use elementary row operations to convert the column below xik. This is the kth basic variable. The first basic variable is xi1. So that the column below xi1 should get converted to 1000, the way that you did over here in like on the top. The column below the second basic variable should get converted to E2. And similarly, by the end of it, you must have converted it into B inverse A due to 10.1, because if these columns have been converted to E1, E2, E3, then you must have multiplied the matrix by B inverse. That is what you have observed in 10.1. Okay. And then add a suitable multiple of your A bar. What is A bar? Now A bar I am writing as this. A bar means B inverse A. Okay. This means B inverse A. Okay. So then you add a suitable multiple of the rows of A bar to C transpose, which is at the bottom, to make the entries below the basic variables 0, whatever xi1, xi2, xi3. So the corresponding entries of C must be converted to zeros. Okay. In the process, by the end of it, the total vector must have been converted to C bar. It is easy to see. Okay. Or there is another way, the way I said just before. You just make the design, write the top levels, draw the lines, write the basic elements in order in the BV column, obtain the basis matrix, write B inverse A in that place, B inverse B in the last column, and write C bar transpose. C bar transpose formula you already know, C transpose minus CB B inverse A, and write minus FW at bottom right corner. They both are the same. Now, a better thing would be an example. Okay, so let me write this one. Okay, so first of all, the problem table for this. So let us do the first way. What is the first way? Now, for the first way, I will have to write the problem table. What is the problem table for this? Now, problem table for this is, I will write BV over here, and this has to be written in SLPP way. So I will write, with SLPP, I will have two extra variables. I write that. I write B, this one, this one, this one. Okay. And since I am writing the problem table now, so for problem table, I am just writing a table to denote the problem. I am not even aiming to write. I'm not aiming to write the simplex table at a given basis or at a given BFS. Okay. So I am simply writing the problem table. So for problem table, there is no information of basic variable required. And here, this is x1 less than equal to 2. So x1, 0 x2, x3, 0 x4 equal to 2. And then x2 less than equal to 1. So 0 x1, 1 x2, 0 x3, 1 x4 equal to 1. Okay. So this is my, no, not complete. And then I have to minimize x1 plus x2. So 1 x1, 1 x2, 0 x3, 0 x4. So this is what we are. This is my problem table. So you can put a star over here also. So this problem table tells that I am trying to minimize C transpose, that is here, this one. Okay. C transpose X, that is x1 plus x2 over the system x1 plus x3 equal to 2, x2 plus x4 equal to 1, xi greater than equal to 0. So that's the problem table. Fine. And now I have to write the simplex table. So in order to write the simplex table, what you are going to do, now you are going to do the same format is the same. X4, and here you are going to write B bar. B bar will be B inverse B. Okay, but right now we are doing in the fast way, so it will be automatically converted. And then what am I supposed to do? I am supposed to write the ordered basis, so I have to write in that order, x2 x1. Okay, I will write minus f over here. And then what? Now I will write this matrix as such. Okay, 1 0 1 0, as such I will write 0 0 1 2 1, and then I will write C. Whatever is there in the problem table, I copy that and with a 0 over here. Okay, next what do I do? Now next, my aim is, this is my first basic variable. This is first basic variable. So the column below x2, that is this column, has to be converted to E1 1 0 0 by doing what? Now by elementary row operations. In elementary row operation, interchange of rows is also allowed. So then in the next stage, what you will be doing? Now from here you will be doing the following. The same thing, BV x1 x2 x3 x4 B bar. Okay, when you interchange the columns, interchange the rows, do not interchange the basic variable elements. You only interchange the rows of A. So interchange 0 1 0 1. Interchange the elements of B also, 1 1 0 1 0 2. This is minus f. Now also the second variable, second basic variable, the column below that should look like E2. Okay, because it is second basic variable, so it should be 0 1 type. So this is already there, so that part is done. Next, entries of C, this is C, entries of C below the basic variable must be made 0. By doing what? Now by taking multiples of rows of A bar. This is now A bar. Okay, this is now your A bar. This is now A bar, and this is B inverse B. This has been converted to B inverse. This is B bar only. That is B inverse B. That is fine. By taking rows of this and adding to this. So then what you do? You take first row, second row, add them and subtract from C. So you will get 0 0 minus 1 minus 1. Okay, and then you will get a minus 3 over here. Okay, now this is your simplex table. What you have done? Now you have converted the column below x2 as E1, see, 1 0 0. Column below, I mean last 0 is not counted. Okay, column below x2 is 1 0. Column below x1, that is the second basic variable, as 0 1. Then entries of C corresponding to the basic variable has been made 0. Whatever you obtain is your simplex table. This is the first type. The second type says, do the following. Okay, for that I will require the problem table. Now what is the basis matrix? So in the second way, see, this is first way. In the beginning, if you are not sure whatever you have got, whether it is correct or not, you can do both the ways to convince yourself. and then after a few days you will be fine. Okay, if this is the basis, what is the basis matrix? Now the basis matrix will be column below x2 and the column below x1. This is the basis matrix. Once I have found the basis matrix, so the second way says what does it say? It says you write BB, write the outline. So outline I will write x1, x2, x3, x4 and write B bar. And write the basic variables, that is sorry, x1. Next one is x1. And then you write B inverse A. Now what is A? Now this one is A. This is A. That is given in the problem table. Now what is B inverse? Now B inverse is B itself. If you take inverse of B, B inverse is B itself. For this one it is B inverse is B. For this simple example has been taken, I mean a little bit simple. So right now B inverse is B itself. And what is this? If I multiply B with matrix A, what will it do? Now it will interchange columns. Okay. So what you will get now, you write B inverse A. So for B inverse A, this will make, you will get, so you look at A is here, written over here. The first row comes to the second row, 1 0 1 0 2, and the second row goes to the first row, 0 1 0 1 1. Fine, that is what it said. You write B inverse A, write B inverse B. Okay, B, this is B inverse B. Okay, because I have also multiplied B inverse with this B, this B, this is B. I have multiplied B inverse with that, so that will interchange the rows. That is fine. And at the bottom, what am I supposed to write? Now I am supposed to write C bar transpose. But C bar transpose is what? Now C bar transpose is C transpose. C transpose was given here. That is 1 1 0 0 minus CB B inverse A. Now what is CB? Now CB is the part of C corresponding to the basis. So the part of C corresponding to the basis is 1 1 only. This is CB. Okay, so CB, B inverse is 0 1 1 0 and A is 1 0 1 0 0 1 0 1. Actually I need not have written this part. I could have directly written this part because this is already B inverse A. I could have directly written. So anyway, this will come out to be 1 1 0 0 minus 1 1 times 0 1 0 1 1 0 1 0. Okay, and it will come out to be 1 1 0 0 minus 1 1 1 1. That will give you 0 0 minus 1 minus 1. So you write 0 0 minus 1 minus 1. Okay, and you write, this is minus f over here. What are you supposed to write? Now you are supposed to write minus fw. What is the value C transpose W? What is W? W right now is sorry, not here. From here, not from here. From here itself. This is WB. W right now is 1. X2 is 2. Right. X1 is 1. X2 oh sorry. This was not the final simplex table. No, final simplex table is over here. So I should not take it from here. That's what I am saying. I should take it from, because I am following the second way. I am not following the first way. So I should take it from here itself. From here. It will go from here. Okay. So let me write what is the W. So from here I should be writing W here is x1 equal to 2, x2 is equal to 1, this one, this one, x2 equal to this one. These are the value of the basic variables, and then the non-basic variables are all 0. That is W. And what is the cost of W? Now you are trying to minimize like C transpose W, like x1 plus x2, so that is 3. So you are supposed to write minus FW, which is minus 3. So then you see this simplex table and this simplex table are the same. Okay, that is one. And this table is not at all a simplex table. Like it was some mid step table. So yeah. So that is how these are the two ways of computing the simplex table. Okay. So here I have written the first one I have explained over here. Okay. Second one I have said, okay, you try, but this is how I have, like, you have to find out the basis matrix, find its inverse, and then find it C bar, everything. So basically the computer would like you will ask the computer to follow the elementary row operation, because that way the number of computations will be less. Okay. So ultimately simplex method will employ that. So then there are some exercises. So what I was saying till now, what I have said. Now, if you are given one SLPP, how to write a problem table for this? And if you have been given one SLPP like minimize something, and if you are given a BFS with a basis this, how to write a simplex table at this BFS? Okay, those two things you have found out. Now we'll learn what extra information this simplex table gives us. Okay, so let's see. So here is an example. Imagine the unit cube in R3 with one vertex at 0, 0, 0, the other one at 1, 1, 1. Okay, that is the unit cube. And I am trying to minimize x1 plus x2 plus x3. We already know that it will be minimized at 0, 0, 0. But the computer doesn't know right now, or assume that we even do not know. We do not know. Okay. And actually we are not very interested in finding out what is this minimum right now just by guessing. Okay. I am more interested to see the simplex table at certain BFS. Okay. So first of all, you write the problem table. To write the problem table, remember, if you want to write the SLPP, see, to to denote this t, what will you require? Now you will require x1 less than equal to 1, x2 less than equal to 1, and x3 less than equal to 1, and x greater than equal to 0. And because you have 3 less than equal to inequations, you will add 3 slack variables. So you will total you will use 6 variables. Okay. And so that is what the SLPP will look like. X1 plus x2 plus x3 plus, you can write 0x4 plus 0x5 plus 0x6. So that is why it is not written over there. Subject to x1 plus x4 equal to 1. So this is what it is, x1 plus x4 equal to 1. The problem table, this is B, not B bar. This is not B bar, just B. Okay. And x2 plus x5 equal to 1, x3 plus x6 equal to 1. What am I supposed to minimize? I am supposed to minimize x1 plus x2 plus x3. That is the problem table. Okay. Fine. Now let me consider the vertex 1, 1, 0. Okay. So have I drawn it somewhere? Okay, I will draw it later. I mean, it is drawn later, so it is fine. Okay, so this point is this is 0, 0, 0. This is 1, 0, 0. And this one I am saying 1, 1, 0. So that's my W. But W is for LPP, not for SLPP. So this W of T of the feasible set of the LPP will correspond to a W star. Okay, that will be a BFS. And what is that W star? Now W star I can find from here. So W star can be obtained by, the first part will be 1, 1, 0. That is fine. And since first variable is 1 and it has to satisfy x1 plus x4 equal to 1, this equation has to be satisfied. So x4 is equal to 0. And then the second one, x2 plus x5 has to be 1. So this will be 0. And the third one is x3 plus x6, but x3 is equal to 0. x3 plus x6 equal to 1. So x6 will be 1. This will be W star. You can see that this is a BFS. How? Now, if you want to see that this is a BFS, one theorem we have already proved that, I mean, it is an exercise though, that a vertex of this one will correspond to a vertex of that one, and a corner point of that one will correspond to vertex, correspond to a BS, the basic solution, but not feasible. Okay, so outside corners will correspond to basic solutions. Inside corners, that is vertices, will correspond to basic feasible solution. We have seen in example, and an exercise was there also. But without using them, I can show this is a BFS, and this is from definition. What I have to do? Now I say, are the entries greater than equal to 0? Now yes, greater than equal to 0. Does it satisfy the SLPP equation? It satisfies the SLPP equation. What are the columns corresponding to the positive entries? And columns corresponding to the positive entries are this column, and this column. Are they linearly independent? No, they are linearly independent. Therefore, by that condition, that if like a feasible solution is a basic feasible solution if the columns corresponding to the positive entries are linearly independent. By that, this is a BFS. And a BFS means it is a vertex of that R6 structure. That structure, whatever structure it is a vertex. It is a vertex of that. Anyway, fine. But I am only seeing the R3 structure. I cannot see the R6 structure, but I understand that this one is a vertex of that one. Fine, fine, no problem. Is it a BFS? Of course, is it a BFS, as I said. Fine. What is the ordered basis corresponding to W star? Now for W star, I will take basis as, because this is W star, I can, so what are the basis elements related to this? Now this is X1, X2 and X6. I can choose, any order from them. So let us choose the order. You can choose X1, X2, X6 or X2, X1, X6 or any of the 3 factorial orders. But let us choose this one, X2, X1, X6. I am just avoiding X1, X2, X6 for some, this one will illustrate it better, X2, X1, X6. Now that I have found an ordered basis, X2, X1, X6, okay. What have I given? Now I have given you one SLPP, fine. I have given you the ordered basis. So write the simplex table. You will write the simplex table X2, X1, X6. So let me straight away write the simplex table here, directly here. So let me write it here, the simplex table, how I am writing the simplex table. So it will illustrate again, and I will use the first method only. So we'll have BV, X1, X2, X3, X4, X5, X6. Since B bar, since we are not in the classroom, so some things, in the blackboard, erasing and then rewriting is a little bit easier. But here also the positive thing is that something written I can show and I can write the other things. So yeah, that way. So this is where I feel the need of like erasing things and other things. Okay, what am I supposed to do? I have written the structure over here. What am I supposed to do? Now I am supposed to, what is my basis? So basis is, first I write the basis, X2, X1, X6. What is A? Now this is A. This fellow is A. The column below X2, X2 is the first basic variable, notice here. So column below X2 should look like 1, 0, 0. I am allowed to interchange the rows, so I will interchange the first row and the second row. So then it will become 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, and then 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1. Next, column below X1, okay, because X1 is the second basic variable, should look like 0, 1 something, 0, 1, 0. Now it is looking. Okay, and column below X6 should look like 0, 0, 1. Well, then everything is fine. Just write the row of corresponding to X6. This is fine. Look, the column below, after doing some elementary row operation, the column below X2 is looking like E1. The column below X1, which is the second basic variable, it is looking like E2. And the column below X6 is looking like E3. So by this time, I have done B inverse A. So the matrix that you are seeing is B inverse A. This vector under B bar is B inverse B. This is actual B bar. And then what am I supposed to do now? I am supposed to make the entries of C below the basic variables 0. So for that, what I will do, I will take the first two rows, okay, sum of the first two rows and subtract it from C, okay, C transpose. So I will get here, let me write 0, 0. The first two subtracted, okay, first two subtracted from C, so this is 1. Next entry was 0, but then a 1 is subtracted, so I will have -1. Next entry was 0, a 1 is subtracted, I will have -1. Next entry was 0 and a 0 was subtracted, I will have 0. And remember, while trying to convert to the simplex table, you should start with a 0 from here, okay, 0 in the place of the star. If you are trying to convert to simplex table, you should start with a 0 from here. So 0 minus 2, that will be a -2. So this is the simplex table at this W star with the basis this x2, x1, x6. Okay, so it is written there at the bottom. This is precisely what is written over here. This is the simplex table. Okay, this is your A bar, this is your C bar transpose, this is your B bar. Okay, and you have the -2 because FW was actually 2. You remember that x1 plus x2 plus you were fx was x1 plus x2 plus x3, and this particular point is 1 1 0. Okay, so fx was 2 only. So this is a -f. That is why this -f is written over here. That this is -fw. This one. Okay. That's not a this thing. Okay. So you were given one LPP, you had the SLPP, you had a vertex, a BFS, and you have the simplex table. What this simplex table says, now this is the revised problem to work out. Fine. But here is the important information. It says, what are the basic variables here? Now x2, x1, x6. What are non-basic? Now non-basic are x3, x4 and x5. These are non-basic. Select any non-basic variable, your choice. Suppose you select x4. This is what I have explained over here, and later I will explain for other one also. Suppose I select x4. Acha, what is the point you are? Now I am at the right now I am standing at the point W star. What is that W star? W star was 1 1 0 0 0 1. I think that was the W star, right? Where is that? 1 1 0 1 1 0 0 1. This is the point W star. Now I am targeting x4. You have selected x4. So then what am I going to do now? So I have looked at this C bar transpose, and I found that it has some negative entries. So therefore the test will not say it is a minimum. Okay, so then I am planning to go out. In order to go out of this W star, I need a direction to move. Suppose that I am trying to find a direction D to move out of this one. I will move out by some alpha unit. Okay, what kind of a direction? Now since I have targeted x4, the non-basic variable x4, that is the place 4, that I am searching for a direction which will keep x4 as 1. Okay, and the other non-basic variables 0 as such. x3 0, x5 0. So I am searching for a direction d1, d2, d6, d6 such that d4 is equal to 1 and the other entries are 0 and this d1, d2, d6. Yeah, that kind of a direction I am searching. Acha, theek hai. This is your W star. Okay. So that is what you are searching. And is it any arbitrary d1, d2, d6? No, 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 no. It is not arbitrary d1, d2, d6. In such a way that I should be staying inside the feasible set. I don't want to go out of the feasible set. I want to travel out of this BFS, but I want to stay inside this set. I mean, I want to find another BFS. So that means I want A into W star plus alpha D equal to B. Okay, that is also I want. Acha, but then you already know what, or you can write A bar. Let me write simply A bar because A bar is the same thing. Huh? Ax equal to B or like A bar x equal to B bar, they are the, I mean, equivalent system of equations having the same solution set. But then I already know that A bar W star is equal to B bar only. Okay, so this is already known. Okay, so it follows that I am looking for a D such that A bar D is equal to 0. Alpha is some number, some non-zero number. I am going to do that. But then this basically means A bar column comma 1 D1 plus A bar column comma 2 D2 plus A bar column comma 3 D3 plus A bar column comma 4 D4 plus A bar fifth column D5 plus sixth column D6, and that has to be 0. Okay, what is A bar column comma 2? Now look, A bar column comma 2 here, A bar, it is 1 0 0. Remember, x2 was your first basic variable, so this is 1 0 0, this is 0 1 0, and d6 is this, and d3 is 0. Remember, according to your choice of this thing, d5 is 0. So it follows that d2, d1, d6 is equal to so what remains is A bar column comma 4. A bar column comma 4 is 0 1 0 with a minus sign. So if you really want to travel, then this is unique. Actually, then this vector D is actually what? Now D1 is minus 1 and then D2 is 0. D3 is 0 by choice. D4 is 1 by choice. D5 is 0 and D6 is obtained from here itself. That is 0. That is the direction this is giving. Okay. So X4 gives you a particular direction in R6. X4. So every non-basic variable is going to give you a direction to move out of the current vertex that you are standing. Okay. In the next class, I will tell more about these things. Okay. I will stop here. Any questions if you want to ask?